Hello everybody, it is still Saturday and I wanted to do another video, not for the sake of doing another video or anything like that, but I wanted to clarify on some stuff. First thing I want to clarify is Jerry's health. According to the doctors on Thursday when we went in for x-rays on her leg and whatnot, everything is looking good. It's all in the right places, no changes in locations or whatnot. The only change is her nerves. What the doctors believe is her nerves are becoming more active. Because when you do a major surgery, it does a lot of major damage to nerves and whatnot, and it takes them a while to reconnect and repair and become more active. So the pains that Jerry has been feeling in her leg right now, according to her current x-rays, are either the nerves coming back alive or she did something one day that she shouldn't have done that caused a bit of pain. And the pain is still throbbing and the nerves are still trying to deal with. So until she does her full body scans and whatnot in around March, I have it written down somewhere, it's March 3rd or 4th, something like that. And they're going to run a regiment of scans and exams and all that fun stuff to make sure to see what's been going on with the tumors because of the chemo. So other than her just discomfort and whatnot, the concerns that I have for her health right now is because, and I don't know if this is the foods that she's been eating or the whatever that's going on internally, but she's been having everything from discolorization to, the only way I can describe it is either irritations or hives, or the doctor did say she is getting eczema. There's patches, there's signs of dry skin that's eczema on her shoulder and back. But I think because of the fact that she spends a lot of time just laying in bed because she gets discomfort from wearing that brace, which I can understand. I mean, having to wear that brace for how many hours while you're upright is just, I could not fathom what she goes through. But that and the factor of the weight loss and whatnot, and she is having the only way I can describe it would be a yellowish discharge from various parts of her body. And I don't know if she's talked to the doctor. I don't remember if she's talked to the doctor about that yet. I don't think she has, because I know if I was having that issue, I would be like, dude, doc, I'm fine and dandy, and I go to sleep and I wake up the next morning and I've got like yellowish fluid that I'm cleaning off my legs and butt or butt cheeks. I'd be like, what's going on? And that could be anything from her body just trying to discharge the pollutants or the chemo or the poisons within her body from the cancer and the chemo. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm just guessing here. But yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to talk to her doctor next time we see the doctor. But otherwise, Jerry is her usual good spirits. Every so often, she gets a little down on herself because of the fact that she misses the freedom to move about and not have to worry about a brace or a bum leg or anything, or using a rollator or anything like that. She misses driving. There's a lot of things she misses because of the chemo and the irritation in her mouth, lips, and throat. She can't eat the foods that she used to love to eat. Steak. She can't eat steak. It's too tough on her gums and jaw, and not jaw, gums, lips, mouth, throat. That in fact she can't handle the spices that we used to put on our steaks. even pepper is too much for her mouth. So she's been having to eat soft foods. I mean, scrambled eggs or oatmeal in the morning time, a protein shake for lunch, and then soup or something soft for dinner. So it's been one of those. And then, like last night, I was like, do you want me to, we had leftover Chinese, and I was like, do you want me to make some of the rice cauliflower to put in your egg drop soup so you have, something more than just egg drop soup? She goes, no, I don't feel like eating. I'm just my mouth is too sore and whatnot. I'm like, are you sure? You know you need to eat something. She goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I get worried about her and her meals and whatnot because she cannot handle textures or spices, and sometimes she can't. The only thing she can handle is like protein shakes. Now I'm trying to make sure she gets enough of the foods that will help keep her in fair condition. Um, I can't wait for the day they tell her to stop taking the Cabominix pill that she's basically taking for the pill form of chemo. I can't wait for them to start just doing the radiation and telling her not to worry about the Cabominix anymore, because that's what's basically tearing her mouth and throat up. I mean, honestly, if somebody were to ask me to take a pill that's basically a poison, a radiation, I would be like, yeah, I'll take it. But as soon as I can't eat anything because my mouth and lips and throat are messed up because of this pill, you better find something else to do, because no, if I cannot eat properly, I'd rather. I'm sorry, me. I'd rather not take the pill. You know, give me something else besides the pill, because if I'm swallowing basically radiation, a poison, no. I'm sorry. I don't know. You know, and that in fact, if I had to go through the pain that she's had to go through, I'd probably be popping pain medication in one form or another. Who knows how many times a day? But she is normally, even before she got sick, she was normally high spirits, good attitude. Very little can get her down. Um, and I think that's because factor when she was growing up, she had to deal with a lot of different issues because of people making fun of her and whatnot. And I kind of had the same thing growing up myself, but she learned to ignore it and be, good spirited and good natured. Me, on the other hand, no, I get ornery, I get vicious, I get defensive. Um, Hers was physical, mine was psychological, educational type stuff. Um, so we've gone through a lot lately. And I know Jerry Ann and I have been on YouTube for a very long time, for 4 to 5 years for Jerry, 3 to 4 for me. I think I'd have to go look back at the dates, but it hasn't. It's only been within the last year that people have started getting vicious and whatnot towards both of us, and I know the websites. I don't care anymore. I don't go to them anymore. But for Jerry, because of her current situation and whatnot, it is affecting her more than it used to. Especially since she's had to do a lot of her own comments and reading her own comments and whatnot. And I keep on telling her, if you come across a comment that displeases you for whatever reason, either try to get clarification, or if it's downright vicious and malicious, shut them down. Remove them from your channel. hide them, whatever you want to do, that you don't have to see the comments anymore. That's fine. But my biggest thing is I've read some of her comments. And yeah, at first I was kind of like, ooh, are you trying to be a little rude? And then I would read the whole comment, which I don't know if Jerry does or not. And I would see some of the validity and understand what they were saying, and kind of went, well, at the end, once I read the whole thing, I understand what they're trying to say. But at the same time, the method of putting across their message or their comment was it seemed like a whole lot of ill intent. That's me. I will read the whole comment before I decide to remove or whatever. It's the method of the message that gets her a little upset. And because of the fact that she's going through so much, I've told her, stop reading them. Stop. Either I will deal with it, or we can get somebody else to deal with it. There's been times where I sat down next to her in our bed and read her comments, especially comments that I didn't know how to deal with. And she's either said, "Give me the phone, I will leave a message for them," or whatever, or she'll just go, "Oh, that I just don't like that. Go ahead and just block them." And I understand, because that was her channel. My channel, I got one this morning that was just downright, hurtful. So I blocked that person. I don't mind people having their own opinion, because we're all allowed to have our own opinion. But I'm going to say what my brother-in-law used to say. Probably still does, since he's still alive. That particular brother-in-law. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. The thing is, not everybody wants to deal with them. I deal with them my way. Either I ignore it or I remove it. And I just removed the one comment. I am getting to the point where I have too much on my plate. In fact, I've had so much stuff on my plate that yesterday I had not an anxiety attack, but more like a stress related issue that I needed time to myself, which I had to come in here to have. I had some body aches and pains that, according to WebMD, could be heart attack related. And maybe I need to go talk to the doctor about it. I don't know. Maybe the anxiety medication is not working. Maybe the stress level is too high. I don't know. But I know that me and Jerry are getting tired of dealing with the people who question, especially her. I mean, I know a lot of people don't question me. There has been a few people question me, and I've either proven them otherwise or talked to them via message, the message board, and either they stopped talking, or they went away, or they understood my point. I don't know. I never got a lot of feedback once I talked to them. Now, as for people questioning Jerry, now I know for a fact that she has a tendency to say one thing and turn around and say something similar to what she was saying originally, but comes off differently. And that's caused people to question her comments or her channel or whatever. And then a couple days ago, she did a video where she literally put on the video as much of the medical information as she could legally without causing any problems with medical practices. her x-rays and scans and all that stuff. And I will say this much. If people did not get the point from her putting all that information out there for people to see, then either they're blind, foolhardy, or couldn't tell the truth from a lie. I've lived with Jerry for going on 22, 23 years. Yeah, we were married. I came to New York in '99. We got married in 2000. It is now 2022. So I've been with Jerry for 23 years. Been married. I will have been, or will be, married to Jerry 22 years this August of this year. And I will tell you this much. Jerry is very good at turning tables. She's very good at getting her point across. She's very good at a lot of things when it comes to wordplay. But one of the things I have not found out yet is a lie. I have not found any full-blown lies. We've both talked to each other about some of our white lies and whatnot from our past and whatnot. But when it comes to her health, money, things of that nature, I have not detected a lie yet. And no, she has not pulled the wool over my eyes. She has not manipulated me. She hasn't done any of that stuff everybody keeps on saying that she does. No. Yes, she has the ability to get you to agree with her, or at least get me to agree with her on certain things, because I'm not that good at money. I'm not that good at certain things when it comes to math and numbers and stuff like that. That's why I leave it to her. But I'm having to learn how to deal with our budget and whatnot more and more, because she is afraid more and more that her quote unquote cancer brain, cancer fog, however you want to call it, however she wants to call it, is starting to affect her memories and her ability to remember certain things. My issue, like I said, is I'm not that good at math. I'm not that good at money. I've never been. I don't know how many times I've had to close bank accounts because I could not keep enough money in there and just pay for it outright, in cash if I could. Of course, that was back in my teen, 20, 30 years ago. More like 30, 35 years ago. My mom tried to help on multiple occasions. I was still having issues, mostly because of the fact that I wasn't using a calculator. But the issue at hand with the cancer and whatnot, it does stress me out. It stresses her out. She's the one who is living with it. But on top of that, there's other issues going on in this house that some of them are good, some of them are bad. But the thing is, sorry, I was moving a box. I get oversensitive. And what I mean by that is I take it all on. I mean, literally the physical conversations, the unspoken words, the various things that I can sense. And I've always been very sensitive to things. It bogs me down, and it gets to the point where I just need time away from it all. I need time to just sit in this room and think things through and let it all out, however you want to put it. And that's what happened with me last night. But for all intents and purposes, Jerry is doing okay. I mean, yeah, she has her moments, don't we all? But her moments are a little bit more pronounced and prolonged because of being scared, not understanding what's going on, not having 24-hour contact with medical personnel. I give her the options, and I know one of the reasons why she says no is because the expense is running to the ER. She'll call. Luckily, thankfully, actually, not luckily, but thankfully, her doctors, once she calls them and says, "Look, I need something as soon as possible. I'm having this problem or that problem, da 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 da," and they'll be like, "Okay, let's fit you in. Um, can you come in today at such and such a time?" And that's what happened Thursday. It was Thursday she got a hold of, after going through pain on Wednesday and not getting much sleep for either one of us. So I went to work like looking like a zombie. Um, she got a hold of the doctors, and the doctors was like, "Can you come in at 12, an hour before your actual appointment, so we can get the X-rays and whatnot?" And she got a hold of me and said, "I need you to come home as soon as possible." And I went in, I locked up my venue and went in and talked to my supervisor. My supervisor, and gave him the key to my venue. And then my supervisor said, "Okay, we understand. Go ahead. We'll take care of the. We'll deal with the rest. You go deal with your family." So that's what happened Thursday. Is a little bit after 11, I don't know how many laws I might have broke racing to get home, because the way Jerry put it in her message sounded like ASP in military is like as soon as possible, like in yesterday. That's how I was raised. When somebody says ASAP, they mean like now or yesterday, because that's the military for you. So I raced home. I probably ran one or two red lights. Luckily, nobody else was on the road, because God knows what would have happened. And I know I probably shouldn't have, been that panicky. But it was like the fastest route home. I went that way. Luckily, the fastest route for me is kind of going through neighborhoods and zigzagging and whatnot, and there's no traffic. Um, but that's the way I am right now. It's like, if Jerry is because I told Jerry, if you need me to come home, you call this number, which is the office number for my area, the kitchen number. Um, and if nobody picks up, you send me a text message, and I'll go inside and show the text message and go home. And that's basically what it was. She called the office, nobody was there. And then she texted me 3 different messages saying, "I tried to call the office, nobody picked up, can you come home?" And then it was like, next one down, "I need you to come home ASAP." Next one down was, "I've got an appointment for X-rays at 12, but I need your help getting out of bed. I'm not feeling good, blah, blah, blah." And I went, okay, that was more than enough. The second message was more than enough to kick me into action. The third one made me panic. And I know she doesn't want to make me panic, but still, it's like one of those things where it's like, I need you now type things. So I was beeline home. Um, Thankfully, the doctor said everything was okay. It's just her nerves getting shots, basically, spikes or new sensations, basically. Um, and the thing was, is the pain wasn't anywhere near the surgical area. It was around the knee, below the surgical area, and I just kind of went, either the nerves were having problems with the cement, or the nerves were having problems with the metal in her body. Because I've heard of surgeries where people's bodies rejected the metal that they put in the body because it's a foreign object, basically. Um, but she's back to her normal self. She has her normal aches and pains from her mouth because of the chemo and all the stuff that the Cabominix pill that she swallows every morning has basically caused irritation in the lips, the mouth, and the throat. So it's kind of like, you know, but then of course yesterday I was bombarded with the 4 days that I need to ask off two in the latter half of February, the 22nd and 24th, one in March and one in April. Those are the ones we know about. There might be something I have to deal with. One of my medical, I'm thinking about calling Monday after work if I can to set up an appointment for eye doctor. Now that we got the new insurance, I can do eye doctor. See if Mercy has a dental person so I can start getting all this worked on and fixed and whatnot. So who knows how many days I'm going to be off for that stuff. I mean, optical, I know I need glasses for seeing small print or up close. Like, I can barely see the numbers on the top of my phone up here. I can't see the words or anything like that in any of the books when I go to read them. Right now, I've got my day planner open, and I can't even see the words for. If it wasn't for the way the book is positioned, I couldn't even tell you what days are what without glasses. And these are just store-bought readers. I think these are like 150, 175, something like that. Something along that lines. And I have a history of bad eyes, so 50, your eyes are going back to the way they were when you were a kid and you were cross-eyed and basically, yeah. While I was in Germany as a kid, because I had like, the left eye was 20/20 and this one was like 20/50, practically blind. And I had to wear a patch over my left eye to this one was cross-eyed, so I had to wear a patch over it to get this eye to start looking straight instead of towards my nose. So I don't have that problem anymore, but my vision close up is blurry. And I'm like, oh yeah, either I need to wear bifocals or something along that line. I'm not going to get contacts. No. I'd rather wear glasses. I'm going to either get glasses like my dad, which were like, dad's were military grade glasses, and you had one color. Black frames. Of course, I wonder if I can get. I like the readers with wire frames, so you don't see a big frame. You just see the wire, the arms for the. But I want to get strong ones because I keep on breaking the ones that I take to work. Either that or I get a hard case instead of one of those soft cases, and yeah, we'll see what they have to offer. But because if I only have to use them for reading, I don't have to wear them all the time unless they tell me to. I have to do that eye exam and all that fun stuff and go, yeah, I'm blind. But like I said, we'll see. There's a lot of things. 50 years old, I need to talk to my doctor because she told me that the colonoscopy people were supposed to call me. I've not gotten a call back, and it's been over 2 weeks. So I'm like, yo, doc, I haven't gotten a call back from those people for the colonoscopy that you said I need, but if I had the number, I'll call them and try to set up an appointment because, but yeah, I'm kind of glad they haven't called me because some of the stories I've heard about colonoscopies, I'm like, no. Ain't nothing going up that direction. It go down, not up. Nope. I keep on joking about wanting to get a tattoo saying exit only, but that's just because I'm weird. But back to Jerry. Last night she was. She was very apologetic for her part on stressing me out, but I told her, look, there's just all of a sudden all this stuff getting dumped on me at once is just I can't deal with it no more. But this morning she seemed, well, she only got about an hour or so worth of sleep. So she was a little groggy and whatnot. She's probably napping right now, which would be nice. I mean, she needs her rest. You guys see that in the low corner over here? Look like a bird or something like that in the window. Um, Squirrel. But now it's mom. Mom's health has been so-so. Mom had found out that she has a tumor on her, or a growth. I'm not going to say tumor. We don't know what exactly it is. She said tumor, and I went, did the doctor say that? And the doctor was like, yeah. Or she was like, yeah, I think the doctor. I do not go. I'm going to have to literally, the way things are looking, and I don't want to do this, but if it happens, it happens, is I need to start going to her medical appointments as her medical proxy. And I need to start paying more attention to Jerry's medical, which I have been for months now, but still, it's like, do I need to? Unfortunately, the state of Missouri does not allow family members to get compensation, financial compensation for being caregivers to their own family members, which is kind of like, I don't understand that, let alone like it, because not that I don't trust somebody else to take care of my family. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm sorry. I'm a hands-on kind of person, and this is my family members you're talking about or dealing with, and if I don't know exactly what's going on, I can't help them, and if I can't help them, I feel helpless, which makes for a whole lot of different other problems. But mom's got to go in Monday for some sort of medical procedure. I don't know if she's doing the surgery that she had to reschedule because of that snowstorm we had a week or two ago. But yeah, Monday is going to be one of those days where it's like, mom's friend Carla is going to basically help her out. Mom's supposed to drive over to Carla, and then they're supposed to go to the doctor, and Carla's supposed to bring mom home and sit with mom until I get home from work, or however long mom asks her to stay. Whatever, I don't know. So it's kind of like, So is Monday going to be a fin for yourself? Because mom's supposed to stay flat for 24 hours or 12 hours or something like that. So I'll be probably eating alone, making Jerry soup or something like that for her dinner. I don't know. I mean, I've got macaroni and chili, so I can make my chili mac. I got plenty of things I can eat here, but I'm just like, what's going on? Please let me know. So it's between mom and Jerry. I'm becoming a little like, and it's hard not to be either stressed out or concerned, worried, however you want to put it, all of the above. And it's very hard for me to compartmentalize, and then I have to deal with work. I'm not going to talk about work because, well, I might later, but right now I'm so focused on their well-being. It's like, in fact, mom last night, she was talking about unloading the dishwasher and then doing the other dishes, and I said, Mom, if you can't get to it by a certain time Saturday, I will do it myself, because I don't want her. She's having problems when she bends over, and getting in and out of the dishwasher means bending over. I don't want to do that. In fact, myself right now, I have some minor back issues because of my lower lumbar, and I'd rather put myself through the pain of getting in and out of the dishwasher and emptying and all that fun stuff, because I know how to do it without hurting myself even further. So I'm like, yes, I'm taking on the responsibilities of my house, and yes, I'm becoming the workhorse, but mom's old and frail and she's having her health issues, so I don't want her to cause herself more problems. Jerry can't really do anything without that back brace, and she's not really supposed to do anything on that leg, so I can't expect her to help. So I'm just kind of like, I'll deal with it. And yeah, I do worry about my own health every so often, but for the most part, I sorry, I keep on looking at one of my gnomes. Um, I don't want anybody else to get hurt. I mean, I've already been told, this is way back in New York, so this is probably about 10 years ago or more. I've already been told that yeah, the herniated lower lumbar will be aggravated every so often. Certain things will aggravate it. Temperature will aggravate it. Um, Twisting or bending the wrong way, or not bending, but twisting or bending over the wrong, bending forward, could aggravate it. You know, they gave me a list of things, and I was just kind of like, well, other than doing PT and whatnot to strengthen the back muscles and whatnot, what else can I do? And they're like, well, you can go under the knife and have a surgery, and we can fix it, but you'll have to sign these waivers, so if something happens during the operation and we nick your spine and cause partial to full paralyzation, you can't sue us for it. And I went, I'll deal with the pain, because if you do something while I'm asleep under anesthesia, that's on you, you know. And yeah, I will want to sue because you screwed up. So nah, I'll deal with the pain. But that's New York for you. I mean, New York, they're all paranoid about malpractice suits and blah 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 blah. Here in Missouri, they're just like, nah, we don't care. Yeah. But New Yorkers are pickled anyhow. But I'm not gonna go into that area of discussion because that'd just be too much. But as for myself, well, what I wanted to touch on has nothing to do with my health or my job or anything like that, because my health is what it is and my job is what it is. Even though I wish they had more workers so I wouldn't be alone in my venue. But what I wanted to talk about overall, this has to do with both me and Jerry, is commenters. Now, luckily, since that video that Jerry put out where she showed her full x-rays and scans and whatnot, which I think I did the same thing on mine at one point in time to tell people this is what's going on with Jerry's body. It seems like the negative nillies and whatnot have died down for her, which is great because it's one of the things that she just cannot. It's not that she cannot, but she should not have to deal with that, especially in her situation. She's got cancer, so people just need to leave her alone. If they want to say anything on her channel, they should. It should be positive, uplifting, to help keep her spirits up, because yeah, her spirits do go down from time to time. As for the comments on my channel, well, let's just put it this way. There's at least a half a dozen people that I can think of off the top of my head that like to stir the pot, so to speak. And I'm in no mood anymore to deal with that. I'm in no mood anymore to deal with pot stirrers. Now, I don't mind when people come onto my channel and say, hey, did you know that your wife said this, this, and this? Because I will just look at those comments and go, okay, let's find out. And I'll go over there and watch her channel, and her video that they're talking about. And if I don't detect anything that seems to be negative or anything like that, I will rebuke that person. I will say, I didn't see or hear or detect anything negative about me. You can either A, put down the timestamp in the whole 9 yards so I can look exactly at that timestamp, or you can just shut up. I don't need it no more either. I'm dealing with this just as much as Jerry, but Jerry is dealing with it more than I am because it's in her body. I'm dealing with the outside aspects or the facial expressions or grunts and grimaces and screams of pain or whatnot that she lets out when she's hurting or when she does something that hurts her. I don't need an outside third party telling me bull. I'm just done with the bull. What I'm going to end up doing when that occurs is either that person is going to have that comment removed, or if they insist on progressing the unnecessary negativity, they're going to get removed. Now, that might hurt my channel at this point in time. I'm not worried about that one person or that group of people who want to scatter for the shadows and the hills or whatnot of the universe, internet, interverse, whatever you want to call the internet, dark corners of it. Because I just don't need it. Jay don't need it. Nobody really needs it. But as for anybody trying to put a wedge between me and Jerry with their negativity or their BS, well, that's going to discontinue. Because I'm sorry, after 22 years of being together, and almost 23 years of being together and almost 22 years of being married, every test time has thrown at us has been dealt with in one way, shape, or form or another. The universe, God, whoever you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, has put us together for a reason. And whatever that reason is, nobody's going to be able to change it. Nobody's going to be able to drive a wedge between us. They might cause some doubts and whatnot because everybody doubts themselves or doubts the validity of a marriage or doubts one thing or another for whatever reasons. Failure of health, failure of finances, another person trying to, steal the other person away, whatever. Yes, all those have happened. And all those have been dealt with extreme prejudice in certain cases. But I'm not going to deal with it no more. I'm not going to let it happen with Jerry no more. I told Jerry that I will go on to her channel every so often to look at the comments and either block or remove the comment or commenter because they have been either in agitation or, and I can go back and see who's who. Because usually if it's a comment that I don't like, but I don't know if they need to be removed, I put a thumbs down. And I can easily go in there and look at the thumbs down, look at the name, write it down on a piece of paper, look at her newer comments, and if that same person is causing more negativity, I don't give you a 1, 2, 3. I just give you a 1. Because all I have to do is look at my notes and go, oh yeah, okay. At this date, this person made this comment. I can go back to that date, look at the comment, see how bad it was, and then go to the current comment and go, no, ain't worth it. Ain't worth listening to, ain't worth having on the channel. Simple as that. And Jerry don't mind. Jerry probably don't even care. And I don't care no more. Because this is a situation where this is a serious, life-threatening, life-altering situation. And we've got enough issues hanging over our heads to deal with. We don't need the added aggravation. So that's that. I mean, literally, that is that. It's no longer, oh yeah, yeah, I'll laugh with you, ha ha ha. No, no. I, for one, need to step up, be a better husband, and defend her from this crap that people want to throw at her. I need to be a better husband and be more of a advocate with the medical services and whatnot. There are certain areas that I can't really be an advocate of because I just don't understand the legal aspects of what we're trying to deal with. Um, Luckily, we have a sister-in-law, mostly on her. It's her sister-in-law, but since I'm married to Jerry, she's my sister-in-law as well, who is trying to help us with various issues. Um, in fact, Jerry, the sister-in-law, and the group that we're trying to deal with right now, is supposed to be having a not video, phone conversation or whatever to hammer some of the stuff out and get things on the, get the ball rolling basically. But as for, talking with the doctors, if I'm there, I need to start writing notes or remembering what to talk to the doctor about. Because Thursday when we were there, we forgot to talk to the doctor about two different things that are a bit of a concern. One of them is the yellowish discharge from her lower body. And the other thing was, see, that one I forgot. The second one I forgot. So it must not be a daily or an important thing. But, there's things that I have to start remembering or writing down so we can talk to the doctor about. And then putting um, an alarm or a notification of, hey, you're at the hospital, you're at the clinic. You need to talk to your doctor about blah blah blah. But yeah, that's many of the different things that are happening on a non-home level. These are personal issues. These are personal things, not really personal, but these are things that have to do with the individual people in this house. Um, the house alone, well, I've noticed a trend, and it's not just the trend that everybody's been pointing out about moving things from one part of the house to another part and then back into to the part of the house where we took it from. But it's a trend where, and I'm seeing it on my desk. I see it in my bedroom. We'll get it all cleaned up and nice and usable and whatnot, and then throughout the week, things get brung into the room or piled up or placed in areas that we cleaned up because it's a clean service. I got no other place to put it, so I'm gonna put it right there. Jerry found a thing on TikTok about ADHD. And ADHD is one of the biggest things I deal with. Is a lot of times when ADHD people have multiple things to do and no place to put certain things, they'll just place it on a clean surface until they can get to it. And a lot of times ADHD people forget about it until they look at it and go, oh man, I cleaned it up. Now it looks like crap again. I got to clean it up again. And part of that is a combination of just not taking the time to look for a home for it or cleaning it up properly or putting it away in its proper place. But ADHD people tend to create their own cycle of cleaning. Like they literally make messes so they can clean up the mess. Guilty. They say there's a way to break the trend, but I don't know. I haven't tried that trick, but I gotta try it soon. Because that's basically what I'm doing is I'm cleaning up my space, then messing it back up with new stuff or other stuff. But anyhow, This is another long video, and I'm sorry. So, you guys know what to do down here. You know, don't like, comment, don't comment, join, don't join. Your choice. But anyhow, I will see you next time. You guys have a good day. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.